Hello again, comic book lovers. I'm Wild Bill, your host.
And I'm Pete. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, welcome back. And today's episode is Random Barbarians. We've done 2 Conan episodes that have been very popular. And I love the barbarian stuff, so we're going to jump right into it. And I'm going to start off with an independent title called Maelstrom. I have the first 8 issues of this. This is issue number 1. This is from a company called Aircell. And this is probably from 1987. Black and white on the inside, but again, in the Conan theme, kind of a barbarian, set in the Middle Ages. A lot of hack and slash going on.
Yeah, sword and sorcery, fantasy, all that kind of stuff.
Really good artwork, though. Good story.
We're going to cross a lot of different kind of genres here a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
The central theme is,
this is anything goes kind of category.
Savages and barbarians.
Look at the colors on this cover, you know?
Indians.
Not very well known either. And, you know, I just love the artwork. Thank God the covers are in color. This is issue 2. Then I just try and save time. I have the first 8 issues. This is issue 4. This is kind of a great action battle scene cover. Maelstrom. Then this is issue 5 right here.
I love that.
Like, I love this evil hand coming out. Like a little mini volcano, or is it like a little pod, you know?
This looks like one of the pods from Aliens.
Yes, this evil doom is coming out of it, man. And he's got his sword drawn, ready to hack off the arm. Great stuff.
You should stop wasting time and do it.
The same, this is, what the hell is this? I forget what the name of this company is. This is the same company that did Ninja Elite. Oh, this is Adventure Comics, I believe. Okay. This is called Warriors. This is issue number 1, and it's the only one I have in my collection, but I love the barbarian theme. Again, black and white artwork on the inside. Kind of reminds me of the dwarf from
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's right. The angry dwarf. Definitely cool. Now, here's another, this is called Genesis West Comics. Something I never heard of, but like I said before, you always judge comic books by their cover. Yeah. This is a great cover. It actually has 2 stories, and check this out. This is the back cover, and look who the artist is, and he signed it, Jack Kirby. This is like from 1987 or 88, something like that, and he obviously wasn't with Marvel Comics anymore. This is, I think, out of all the Jack Kirby's artwork, this is the last I have up until his death in 95. So this is the last Jack Kirby artwork that I have in my collection. But I love this book. 2 good stories.
It's kind of a rarity. It's pretty neat.
And then this is called Quality Comics. Like Slain the Berserker, issue number 5. Great artwork on the inside. Great cover. If you love comics, like I've always said before, you judge a book by its cover. And this has got a great cover. This one I picked up at a flea market recently. This is from 1976, I believe. And this is issue number 3. Arak Khan. I love how the ship's being attacked by 3 evil sea monsters. I got this for $1 at a flea market, but I've never seen issue 1 or 2. But when I saw this, I was like, this is great. It's, again, black and white artwork on the inside.
And again, for $1.
Come on. And it was
take the chance, right?
And this was sticker priced, cover price of $1.25, but there's no ads inside here. There's 48 pages.
Look at those beasties. That's pretty.
That's awesome artwork right there. And this book is from Canada, by the way. It's a Canadian book. I found this at a record store selling comics.
DC.
Yes, Beowulf. When you've heard of the movie Beowulf. That came out maybe 10, 11 years ago.
Something like that.
Maybe 2004. We're in 2018 now. Issue number 1. I love getting issue number 1s, so I grabbed it for $1. Thank you. More swashbuckling. There's been a lot of movies about Sinbad. And this is Worlds Unknown. And this is issue 7, I believe. And the story continues on in issue 8. This is actually the story of the movie.
Golden Voyage.
The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. They did Sinbad, the Golden Voyage, and what was it? The Eye of the Tiger?
7th Voyage, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, the Eye of the Tiger was the last one, right?
Yep.
But this, I don't have issue 8. But Sinbad, I do have Sinbad in Marvel Spotlight, and Pete has this book also.
Yep.
This is from like maybe 1975. It's a 25-center.
And again, this is an adaptation of the 7th Voyage. You can see the Cyclops on the front.
Yes.
So they did a good job of these Sinbad adaptations.
Sticking on the Arabian theme.
Oh, there you go.
Marvel Classics. And I've shown before a couple others like Dracula in our horror episode, but this is the Arabian Nights. has 3 stories inside. Also, the Thief of Baghdad, and also Sinbad the Sailor is in here. So, and this is on the cover is Aladdin and the lamp with the evil genie and the lamp. This is a great comic, great cover, and it's in great shape. And this is probably from like 1976. Moving along, right along. Edgar Rice Burroughs, who created Tarzan, also created John Carter, Warlord of Mars. Yeah. Issue number 1 for $1. Hello, sign me up. Flea markets are great, kids. That's where you got to go. I only had issue number 5, but now I have issue 1.
And that character really worked well in Marvel Comics.
The movie was good. The one that came out like 10 years ago.
I liked the movie a lot. Yeah,
it was good. This is issue number 2. They steal his woman, his queen, so he's going after her to save her. This carries over from issue number 1. But this is the last. This is the first I have. I've had this since I was like 15 or 16 years old. Somebody gave this to me. And this is issue number 5. I think he went into like 20 some odd issues, the run. But this is like from 1976. This is a 30 center. But great story. Good artwork. Now this one I'd never heard of before, but I forgot when I got this in my travels as a kid. Rima the Jungle Girl. You've heard of Tarzan. Lord of the Jungle.
Leave it to DC.
DC Comics, first issue. Yeah. And look, some man is wrapped up by a python, and she's got a wildcat as
to the rescue.
That's like her companion. Rima the Jungle Girl. I've never seen any other issues of Rima. Speaking of Lady Barbarians, Red Sonja. I'm sure they're going to do a movie of her someday.
Oh, they actually did one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did one shortly after the Schwarzenegger films, and actually he was briefly in the movie.
Because Conan and her do meet up in the comic book. She appears in Conan, and then later on I'm going to show you Conan appears in her book. But this is issue number 2. Artist is Frank Thorne, renowned for medieval style artwork. I don't think he ever did any superheroes, but he really does a great job with these covers and the artwork inside. Issue number 3 of Red Sonja. Definitely cool. Definitely cool artwork.
It's a Marvel Feature Presents.
This is issue number 4, the only Red Sonja in my collection for quite a while. The other 2 I picked up this year. The other ones I'm going to show you, I've picked up this year. Just a couple months ago.
Great cover.
This is awesome. Great story.
And she was a tough one.
Yes, she was. She goes into a bar to get something to drink because in her travels, and she gets attacked. And then she winds up kicking ass. This one is a bear, like a monster that's been terrorizing the village, and kind of like a parallel to a werewolf story. But she winds up battling this monster, and again, just the artwork is so awesome, and it's a female Conan story basically, is what it is. If I may be so bold as to say so, that's my analogy. Again, great artwork. And this is like 1976, a 30-cent cover. This is the last coming up in my Red Sonja, where she fights Conan. They're both going after a gem, a piece of jewel for power. And Conan gets there while she's there, and they kind of fight each other, trying to get this stone, this precious stone. So neither one of them is backing off. And therein lies the conflict.
Because she was just as much of a thief as he was.
It was just always a great
after
story.
Stuff, yeah.
Then, moving on with Weird Barbarians, there's a guy called Killraven. Now, this is called Amazing Adventures. And they have so many different, like, in the teens through the early 20s.
The Beast.
They did the Beast.
Yeah, I have a bunch
but I didn't pull those out because we're talking about barbarians. And Killraven's kind of a barbarian, but he takes place in the future, Killraven. So, thus, the Edgar Rice Burroughs story, or H.G. Wells did War of the Worlds. Mm-hmm. So they kind of incorporate the monsters from Mars, and he's fighting off these monsters. Killraven's a good character. They should do a Killraven movie sometime. He's a good character. Yeah. The other one was issue 19. This is issue 20. And these are the only Killravens I have from Amazing Adventures. I do have some other Amazing Adventures. Like the first 10 might be, I know that I have issue 2 and 6, and they're with the Inhumans. Very good. Ka-Zar,
popular character.
Kind of like, as I've said before, Marvel Comics version of Tarzan. This is volume 2. This is like from 1981. But I love this cover. It's like these golden pterodactyl flying lizard monsters. Then Ka-Zar had his own title back in like 1975, 74. But I only have 8 through 16. But I just show you a few of these. This is John Buscema artwork. It's from 1975.
So he was pretty busy right around that time. So he was also working on the Conan book right around the same
Look
time.
at this cover.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's his companion.
Sabu, right?
Yeah, that it? Sabu, that's right. The saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that gorilla.
Yeah.
That's definitely cool. This is issue 11. Giant snake involved. You know, and he's always, what's great, he's always in trouble, and the cat's right there, backing him up. Ka-Zar, number 13. This was the only Ka-Zar in my collection when I was a teenager. Definitely, again, great artwork. Action-packed cover. Issue 15. Again, like a giant flying lizard.
Yep.
Definitely cool. And the cat's getting the brunt. There's a flip. The cat's being attacked, and Ka-Zar's helping this cat.
Because again, he's from this like place, this like island,
Like a land that time forgot.
Yeah.
The Forbidden Land.
First debuted in Daredevil.
Really. Now, this is issue 16, I believe. Yes, this is the last of my Ka-Zars.
Recognize that villain?
Who? Is that Thulsa Doom?
Claw, right?
The Claw.
Yeah, this is big foe of Avengers and Fantastic Four.
No,
he had that little metal laser thing at the end of his arm.
Then, you know, this one's kind of funny. Pete wanted to sell this for me for $100. Look at all the water damage on this. I was like, what? He spilled his beer on it. Or something. I'm just kidding. Someone gave this to me for nothing because it's mutilated and destroyed. But it's a Ka-Zar. This is from like 1970 or 71. I haven't read it, but I know it's going to be a good read. This book is obviously worthless. This is what happens when books get water damaged. And this is the first time we've ever shown off a poor quality book on purpose on Comic Book Geezer. So something new is happening on this show. A little comic relief. But what's great about it is it's got Daredevil on the story.
And this looks a lot like Daredevil. I believe it's issue 9 or 10. I wonder if this is kind of like a reprieve of that storyline because Ka-Zar was such a big part of that story.
Now, this book is 25 cents, and at the time, books were 15 cents. So this is like double thick, this book.
Well, when you do open that, it'd be interesting. I wonder if that's like the whole...
It's going to be a good read.
Daredevil.
Another barbarian is Kull. Now, Kull is... I have issues 2 through 18, but to save time, I pulled this out. This is issue number 3. But again, Kull is also created by Robert E. Howard, the Conan creator. And Kull is just like Conan. He names himself king at his own hand.
And I believe
king
in,
of
in
Aquilonia.
the Howard storylines, he was alive a century before Conan, I think is how they worked out, or a couple hundred years.
Great cover.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, Pete, show them what you got from Kull.
Right, so we got number 8, the Wolf's Head, another great
Which
cover.
was the first I bought in my Kull collection.
Yeah, look at that.
Lift that up a little.
Love
that villain, that monster.
Yeah, kind of like some kind of cat ape creature thing. And then
I got number 10.
10.
Again, Kull, great covers, man. I mean, you know, most people just think of Conan, but there's so much other candy to choose from. Comic book candy.
So here, probably one of the best Kull covers, drawn by Mr. Mike Plug. Not normally someone you'd associate with like Barbarians. He did a lot of horror stuff, but great job he did on this particular one. He I think worked on the Kull comic for a couple of issues.
This one, speaking of the characters, Thulsa Doom is the villain here against Kull, and Thulsa Doom was an arch villain against Conan as well. Mm-hmm. Evil looking dude. And throughout this story, Kull is constantly like chasing down Thulsa Doom throughout the series in this book. Love this cover. Issue 13.
Yeah, that's great.
Fighting this fire demon. That's great. Even the sword is on fire. That is just awesome. And the skull. Anything with skulls on the cover, sign me up. They should have just put an S in front of this one. Skull would have been great.
Throw like a motorcycle there. It's almost like Ghost Rider hanging
out. Yeah, giant, right? Man. But this was before motorcycles were invented.
Yeah,
maybe on a horse, maybe.
Yeah.
This one, again, awesome cover. This is 1974. Mike Plug is the artist. And this is written by Stan Lee. There's a second story in here with Stan Lee and Steve Ditko as the artist. But again, like an evil pterodactyl, this sorceress chick turns into this monster when he finally catches her. Great story. Yeah, awesome. And then the last I'm going to show you from Kull is issue 17 with the underground, undersea, giant monster, the Kraken. So that wraps up my Kull. And Pete has a couple of Ka-Zar is from another title, which was called Astonishing Tales, which I have as well, but I had such a big stack. I try to...
Yeah, Ka-Zar appeared in Astonishing Tales, I'm going to say, for the first,
First 19 20 some odd issues.
So the first dozen, or well, maybe not a dozen, but maybe the first 10 or so that he shared with Dr. Doom.
Yes, there were like 2 stories. I've shown number 1 off before when we did classic villains.
And then, starting with issue number 12, they introduced the character. This is actually his first appearance in color comics. You can see Ka-Zar's in the Florida Everglades, so that should kind of give away who I'm going to talk about next, which is the Man-Thing.
Yes, and he's fighting Ka-Zar.
Yep. So this
is his first appearance of the Man-Thing, correct?
First appearance in color comic. Yeah, he appeared in, I think it was Savage Tales, in a
black and white
storyline.
Okay.
But this is the first color comic appearance of the Man-Thing.
And I have this one also.
Yep.
So, Astonishing Tales ran 36 issues.
Yeah.
It also covered characters like Deathlock towards the end of the series. He came on in issue 25 till the end, 36. But Ka-Zar pretty much dominated the beginning. And then there was Colossus was in there for like issues, 23?
Yeah.
23, 24, 20, something like that. 22 through 24.
He
did 3 issues.
Deathlock, right? It was
Deathlock took over at 25.
Yep.
So keeping up with other random characters.
Yeah, and this is kind of a fit, kind of not. We've done Barbarians, we've done Space Barbarians, we've got all sorts of things. We've done the Savage, the Savage guys from the jungles. Well, let's go to the Indian plains right out west. It's kind of like
the 1800s
Western/Indian kind of character, and it's Red Wolf, the Masked Avenger of the Western Plains.
None of these, by the way, but they're awesome covers. Holy glare, Batman.
He actually first appeared in Marvel Spotlight. He was the first character of Marvel Spotlight #1.
Really?
Also appeared in, I think he originally appeared in The Avengers, in kind of like a Western storyline. So he basically was a Indian who takes over the spirit of the great Red Wolf god, right?
Ooh.
Actually, very, very cool stories. It's kind of a Western, but kind of not. And for the first, it only ran I believe, how many issues do we run here? Nine issues.
You have them all.
I have them all.
Let's see.
And the first half took place back in the past, but then they tried to bring it into more modern times because some of these Western style comics were kind of a tough sell.
That's a great cover there, man. Look at the colors, man.
Yep.
Not only him fighting his foe, but the wolves are going.
Yeah. It was really cool because it brought a lot of kind of like the Indian myths and all that kind of stuff in
together.
So here we've got fighting like a ghost of a gunslinger.
That's definitely cool.
Here's another.
This one looks good too. I like this. Wow,
yeah. Pretty neat.
Looks like a good read.
So here, as you can see, now all of a sudden they bring him into modern times. So now he's hanging out in
20th century.
This was actually the first one I ever got. I bought this off the shelf when I was a kid. Yep.
That is definitely cool. And how much was that? That was a 20 center?
So this is probably
like 73?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this one.
Set in the Holocaust of today. So you can see the bikers there.
Wow.
Going against. They tried to make them a little more modern. Didn't really work. It's a shame. Kind of a cool character. We really didn't have any American Indian superheroes at the time, right?
And that was definitely cool. I want to go back to that last one because that was kind of a quick... Look at that.
Yep.
That is definitely cool. So that concludes our episode of Random Barbarians. I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being with us again from Comic Book Geezers. And again, as always, please subscribe, send us your comments, and keep watching.
Yep. We've got some stuff we've been talking about that we're planning. We discussed today doing a Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. We're also going to do some female superhero characters.
Like the She-Hulk.
She-Hulk and Spider-Woman and maybe more Red Sonja and maybe Ms. Marvel, because the Captain Marvel movie's coming up soon, so it might be a good time to do that. So a lot of stuff in the works, but tell us what else you want to see.
We'll do it, or maybe we won't.
Yeah.
If we got it, we'll get to it.
We're going to do a sci-fi show, too.
Yes.
We got 2001 A Space Odyssey, The Eternals, Machine Man.
Rom, The Space Knight.
Yeah, we got all sorts of cool stuff.
Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars.
Yes, indeed. So we got plenty to do.
We got a lot on our plate. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and we appreciate you coming back. I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being with us. We'll catch you next time.
Catch you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.